What's up, everyone, and welcome to Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast, your weekly podcast all about Xbox. This is episode number 32. If you like the show, make sure to drop us a like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. We are live on YouTube every Thursday, usually around 4:45 p.m., except today, special case, having some technical issues. This is still going to go up on Thursday, just going to be a little later. But we will be back next week. Everything will be back to a normal schedule. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Man, and I'm joined by two out of the three usuals here. We have Amon and Garrett. How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing
I'm
great.
doing great.
Now, before,
Jinx.
You guys do that a lot, to be fair. Before we get into the proper show, I did want to say thank you to everyone who checked out last week's episode of Lord Cognito. The response has been great. You guys seem to really love it. It's probably one of our best podcasts that we put out. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. We saw a good jump in subscribers. And thank you to Lord Cognito for coming on again. Now, without further ado, guys.
A good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Big fan. Without further ado, let's get into the show. And as we do every week here on Project XTalk, we start each episode by asking one simple question. And that question is, what you playing? So Garrett, what you playing?
Mass Effect, up until about 48 hours ago, Rust came out. So me and a few buddies have been playing that, having a hell of a time. It's glitchy. Don't eat corn if you guys are into that thing. It's like an instant drop bug. You'd like go up to new people like, hey, here's some corn. And you just see their body drop like 3 seconds later and you can just loot it undisturbed. It's pretty nice. Yeah, that's about it for me.
What is Rust before we move on? I don't know what it is.
Simply put, it's Ark without the dinosaurs. People band together in a little base and everything. You get resources, but this one it resets periodically. So there's no big somebody controls the server and everybody else feels small or diminished in the way. It's just if you get raided or something, you just pause for 3-4 days and then go.
Is this the game you were saying that the person's like, I work 12-hour shifts, please don't raid me? Or is that a different game?
That's it.
Okay.
It's that type of game, yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, cool. How you
Is it the one that keeps resetting every week or something?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's I think it's periodic, so sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's a week. I don't know, it just came out 2 days ago, so still figuring it out.
Alright, cool. Definitely up your alley from what I know of your gaming taste. Amon, what you playing?
I just downloaded SnowRunner, and
Okay.
I'm surprised. I didn't expect it to be that good. It was pretty shockingly good. It's quite fun as well. I had really low expectations for it. Just dropped on Game Pass, so I picked it up. Pretty surprised by it, and yeah, it was pretty fun. And I was continuing my Walking Dead Telltale series, which I'm loving it so far. So yeah, that's all I've been doing this week.
Now, what is SnowRunner? I have no idea what this game is. I know I'm asking both of you questions, but you guys are playing some indies here. So what the hell is SnowRunner?
So you have a giant snowmobile, and you just drive it across a giant snowy mountain. That's it.
It's Snowmobile Simulator.
All I heard was
telling me.
Do you deliver things?
Basically, it's not open world. It's basically there's other snowmobiles. You can crash into them, or you can just mind your own business and imagine Forza Horizon. But
is that what I'm hearing?
It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
Is it Death Stranding with a motor?
Yeah, no, it's not as boring as it's not as boring as Death Stranding.
How many babies in backpacks are there?
Yeah.
None.
Okay, well, as long as you're enjoying it, whatever you're enjoying, I probably won't check that out based on that description. So
no, actually, I'm not even gonna joke. I'm downloading it right now.
Wow.
I heard it was actually
Okay.
pretty good. People have been like just playing their podcasts and playing SnowRunner. I was like, I could get into
All
that.
right, it's a podcast game. Okay, okay, cool, cool,
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
it's a podcast game. Yeah, that's the word I was searching for.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with what I've been playing. Speaking of podcast games, Pokemon Snap. I beat it. I've already sold it,
that's good.
recouping some money.
Good.
Those Nintendo games,
Nice.
you know, people are willing to pay like $50 for Nintendo games because they never go on sale. So, played it, you know, making back some money. It was good.
That's cool.
It was all
What
right.
was the hardest Pokemon to snap?
Well, I don't know if I got them all.
Was
I did all the levels multiple times. I completed the story, and then I was like,
okay.
I'm not gonna fill out the photo decks. There's just far like it's not exciting enough for me to fill it, like complete it 100%.
Okay.
I think I
Fair
got
enough.
every Pokemon.
Yeah, especially with no achievements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The achievements would be great in that game. I swear, achievements would be
exactly.
great in that game. Nintendo,
Why isn't
fix
Nintendo adding
something.
an achievement system? Come on.
Because they want people to play games for fun, not rewards.
Yeah.
Now,
Think
speaking,
about the innocence and pure joy. They thrive off of nostalgia. I'll go with it.
that's true. It was a nostalgia trip. We'll give it that. I did enjoy figuring out how to make Pokemon do certain things or interact with each other, but there's definitely way more that I cannot figure out. Like I don't have the time or the energy. But a game that isn't fun, and a game I beat also this week. So my second game this week I beat Horizon Zero Dawn. Man, oh man, do I have a lot to say about this game. I was like halfway through it last week when we talked, and I'm not doing the open world nonsense. I don't like open world games, as everyone knows. I'm not doing the side quests, so I was strictly storyline. Let's go. The story in this game is downright bad at points. It is laughably bad at certain points. I cannot stress
Like
that
give
enough. The,
give like a Western RPG to compare it to. Is it like
it's
Andromeda bad, where it basically just copied another version of the story and added like a different twist? Like
so
make it comparable.
so I like Andromeda more than this game. Like I'm gonna be real with you. I
Okay.
like Andromeda more than Horizon Zero Dawn. But if I had to say what the story of Horizon is, it is Terminator meets Jurassic Park meets Captain Planet. Uh, Basically, you know, Aloy, she's great. She's literally the only good part about this game is Aloy. Like, if she was not the main character, I would have uninstalled this immediately because she's the only enjoyable aspect. Every other character, dull and annoying and boring. So Aloy's the only good one. Anything that's got going on.
Okay.
Um,
But you have to see how this game was made now by what you just described it as. It was like Jurassic Park meets the Terminator. All of my little kid shots just went off like, yeah, that could be sweet. With a
My-
Greenpeace thing going on. Nice.
there was
All
literally,
right. Like I could see a game like like
there
it
was
sounds good.
literally a moment the other night when I was playing. I texted my brother laughing at it because you meet an AI named Mother Gaia, or maybe I added the mother part, but I was
Yeah,
like, this is Captain Planet, and then they have like little glowing like I was like, these are the Planeteers. So you and Mother Gaia head off to take down the evil eye of Sauron is the best how I can describe the main villain of this game, and then you fucking install ad blocker and boom, done. Stupid ass game.
Ad block.
Stupid
Oh
story.
god.
Honestly.
I agree. The story is not that good, but the most enjoyable part of the game for me was just roaming around in the open world, killing dinosaurs.
No,
I think that was the most enjoyable aspect of the game. That was fun.
that is honestly the least enjoyable part of the game. I fucking hate the combat in this game. The stealth is fun. The stealth is fun. The bow and arrow is fun. The actual like fighting with your spear is god awful. It's so painful to do, and like the dinosaurs are annoying more than they are like. why are their health bars so big? Why do they take so long? Especially the big ones. It's not enjoyable. Like, what the
The
hell were
flying
they
ones are the worst.
thinking?
Because it's a metal dinosaur, man. It's
But
gonna take a bit.
it's a video game. I don't want to
Like,
spend 20 minutes shooting arrows at a freaking bird. So annoying. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand the praise this game gets. I'm definitely not getting Forbidden West. This is where the series ends for me. This is the only Horizon game. Aloy lives happily ever after. I don't care what
but
Sony
come
does.
on, there's red seaweed taking over the world. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I was adding that to the list of reasons to get a PlayStation.
Maybe
Haven't
you'll
went
like
over to
it.
that side yet.
You like you like Assassin's Creed games, right? Like it's got that open world.
Ish.
Like
Like,
yeah.
I want something that's brave and new.
Mm.
I can't commit to an Assassin's Creed game just because like by the time you get 10 hours in, you forget which one you're playing.
That's
You're
fair.
like, oh yeah, Viking.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
I
it's
hear the Valhalla DLC. You go to Ireland and you basically just do the exact same stuff again, but in a different country. Like
Wow.
they really just like to milk games, and I don't get it. Ubisoft, piss off. But other than that,
I really like the Odyssey, but
Odyssey.
Valhalla. I really like the Odyssey, but Valhalla was little. Uh,
I don't like any of them. Give me Prince of Persia. Now there's a game. Um,
Far Cry.
Far Cry. Yeah,
Other-
I'm down for that.
Other than that, you mentioned it, but I've also been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Mass Effect 1. I am about 11 hours into it. And man, I forgot how
Okay.
good this game was. I forgot how much I love Mass Effect. I've never replayed
Right?
it. I've never replayed the trilogy. So this was my first time since I played the original one back in, I don't know, 2010 or whatever. Because I got it late. I know it came out in 2007, but I didn't play it right at launch. I was a late adopter to Mass Effect. So, man, I'm playing, I'm just doing normal difficulty, legendary mode. So that's the new leveling up, where you get like twice as much experience, but like half the levels. Like you only get a 30 instead of 60. Doing 1440p, 120 FPS, looks absolutely fantastic. And I am level 20, and I've explored all the planets, done like all the side quests I can do on these little planets, and now I'm finally gonna go do one of the main missions. I just got Liara, so I just literally did like what's that, the third mission. It gives you those three you can choose from.
Oh.
You go to Pharos, Novaria, or get Liara, and I literally just got Liara,
Yeah.
so now I'm gonna head over to Novaria. So I'm level 20.
So-
I got 10 levels left, and like the game's easy mode at this point.
I've heard that you could make Liara slightly dumber through the game if you make her like the last mission in the game. Supposedly there's a way, and I'm doing pretty well. I've done like 4 or 5 different story planets now,
Mm-hmm.
all without Liara.
Oh,
And supposedly you just like go back and pick her up at the end of the game. She's like, "What did you do to my mother?" And like just a whole bunch
Wow,
of just
I
like
didn't know that.
random stuff because like she just missed it all. She's
Mhm.
just been in that little thing
yeah.
for the whole game. So like I'm gonna try to like make the dumb Liara for the whole playthrough. I think it's hilarious. I never bring her along with the story mission. She seems like the pick me for the romantic interest, so just like she's boring to me.
Yeah, I'm
But
not,
like if you could,
not a Liara fan.
yeah, I heard that you could just make her clueless to like the whole like the first game. Yeah, and then like she just sort of doesn't know what's going on for the rest. But I'm trying to get through one. Man, I
Oh.
don't like it as like
Oh.
an adept because what's the difference? Like warp and throw and things, you could like toss it behind a barrier. You could just lock onto them and then you go out a bit and you cast it and then it like auto locks on them. And it creates a new dynamic that you just don't have in number 1 because
Mhm.
they don't have the ball. You just sort of shoot forward.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of it away.
Few questions for you. Are you playing as Fem Shep or Male Shep?
Femship.
Okay, I'm doing male Shep because I've always done male, and to me that's what Shepard is. I know everyone else likes Jennifer Hale's performance, and she's great, but I did the male. What class are you?
Adept.
Doing,
Like, I'm all about the biotic stuff. That's why I'm just like,
gotcha.
I'm low key trying to get through number 1.
I'm just doing soldier, and I
Oh, really?
yeah I think I just like missed the option to change my class. Is the problem? I was like, when?
No, so I took it a little bit at the beginning too. So you actually have to like the quick character will automatically be a soldier. So if you're
Mm,
just picking male shep or female shep, but you have to go and like create your own,
gotcha,
and then you get like the backstory and whatnot. If not, you just get the one that's for the story. If that
gotcha.
makes any sense.
That's most likely what happened to me. I'm fine being a soldier because the ability for one, using the abilities is kind of annoying because in the future games you can like they're mapped to buttons, but in this one you have to like bring up the
Yeah.
wheel and it's not very
Well, you get to map 1,
yeah.
and that's very disturbing. You get your like I use throw for damn near everything.
Hmm.
So you could like stun a hallway, but then you always have to go into like your little scroll thing and you start like doing the warp and singularity and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no, I know exactly what you mean.
I'm well on my way to 100%ing Mass Effect 1, and this is where I wish Xbox broke the achievements out into each game, like PlayStation's doing. Each game is their own platinum, because Mass Effect 1 looks like a super easy 100%. The only thing I think is hard is like the Codex one, where you have to get like a 100% of a certain Codex thing, but the abilities. I'll just be running around doing the missions and like telling my team to use their abilities in random locations just to boost to like the 25%. I'll be throwing grenades at the ground, hurting them, and then healing to get the Omni gels up. So, or the med gels, Omni
Yeah,
gels for the tank. Um, oh, speaking of that,
yeah, no, it's a fun
I,
game.
I know we're going on about Mass Effect over here, Mom. How do you feel the Mako controls now? Because I still think it's dog shit. It's still so bad.
Dude. Like I think it's like they just took the worst bits of games. It's hard to describe because like Buddy was sitting down, it's like, so how does the Mako ride? So I've already had to like try to describe this. And like the turning tries to be like the Jeeps in Halo.
Hmm.
And then it also has like the fusion of trying to have like your regular throttle and things, right? So like it's a like the worst possible combination between like Forza and Halo, if I had to like describe it, right?
Hmm.
Because you get like driving and like yeah, you could do like a pretty good hairpin turn, but then like it doesn't commit to either fully. So then like you just sort of forget what you're doing at times and going around the corner, you're like, oh, and you biff.
I
I
just
find it
I
annoying as
love all
all
the
hell.
jank animations where it clearly like the game won't let you flip it, so it'll do everything it
Yeah,
can to just keep it in an upright position.
it's fun, but you have like a wide road and it's crazy like you said how often you're in like these weird positions.
Hmm.
It's just like, it's so bad.
Going up uneven terrain is so interesting. Like, am I gonna make it?
Yeah.
Am I not? I don't know. We'll find out. But excuse me. Enough about
And you guys are tempting me to get this.
yeah. I mean, you should get it, especially you've never played it, right? Like,
Well, it's no. I've played Mass Effect 2 and 3. I haven't played Mass Effect 1,
Yeah.
and I really
There's
want to play
only
it now.
4 missions where the Mako is absolutely necessary, but
yeah.
like other than that, it's straight like it is just grabbed my
It's either
childhood
Mass
again.
Effect
It's
Legendary
awesome
Edition
playing it.
or
I love it.
Scarlet Nexus.
Oh well, Scarlet Nexus, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I'm
I
that's why
don't
I'm
know,
holding off the
man.
gets on EA Play.
I'm between like Scarlet Nexus because like everybody's saying it's good, and you guys are starting to get me to like at least try JRPGs more and whatnot.
mhm.
But Scarlet Nexus or Biomutant, that's where I'm sort of at right
So
now.
I'm holding off on Biomutant. I don't know if you
Oh, buy
saw
me in
in
it.
our little group chat, but it's gonna get a Series X and PS5 version native instead of playing through backwards compatibility. And I don't know if THQ Nordic is going to make you pay, so I don't want to like buy this version and then have to pay for the next gen version. So I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay, that's a good point
Oh
because
yeah.
like I've heard some people like some of the early reviewers now are saying like has Fable vibes.
Yeah, that's what I
I
saw
was like,
too.
oh, that could actually be sweet. Like
Yeah,
Samurai Fable? What?
yeah.
That sounds exciting.
The more I hear about it, the more I think I think I'd like this game, but it's kind of on
Yeah,
the back burner, like wait and see.
and it's like open world, and I
Yeah,
think it's
I mean,
lining up for a multiplayer. Like it just looks like it could. Just saying.
I mean, I know off topic, but Biomutant, they released like what the specs were for it's 4K 60 on Series X and then 1080p 60 on PS5, and I'm just like the
Right?
PS5's backwards compatibility is trash. Like the fact that it's limited by what the PS4 Pro can do, like that's how good they can make the game is ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But enough about that. Yeah, Mass Effect, go play it, loving it, great game. I'm gonna romance Tally, I think, for this time. I'm going Tally. Ashley? Fuck Ashley. I used to like her. I think she was my first romance option when I originally played, and I fucking hate her now. She's just.
I've always disliked
I
her.
might actually
Always.
make the choice for Caden, and that's a hot take right there. I've never done that. That's a hot take, but we'll move into the news roundup. Story number 1.
Oh no.
Oh,
Did
got more to say?
what are you playing this week,
Oh yeah,
Amon?
we already did him. SnowRunner,
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, never mind.
SnowRunner and
Sorry.
Telltale games. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. And FIFA 21. Yes, I forgot to say that. FIFA.
Ugh,
Yeah.
fuck FIFA.
My comfort game. My comfort game.
Career mode is a lot better, actually. I've been playing it. Career mode is way better. They added some
Yeah,
good quality
that's
of
the
life
only thing
additions. But Pro Clubs is still absolute
I
trash.
thought FIFA 20 had better pro clubs. I didn't really like the pro clubs.
Pro Clubs is trash. Everyone's just a pace abusing 5'4"
Yeah.
midget, and it's so annoying. The defending for AI is absolutely horrendous in this game. Forget it though. We're actually gonna go into the news roundup now that I said it 3 times. So story number 1, and I labeled this one Starfield. We got leaks, we got release date rumors, we got a lot to talk about with Bethesda's upcoming sci-fi RPG. So we're going to start with the leaks. Last Friday, a Twitter user named SkullzyTV, I believe is how you say it, posted multiple images of what he claimed were from Starfield, specifically a build from 2018. So the images are a little outdated, but it does show presumably the main character in a spacesuit, some sort of HUD, and screenshots from the first perspective view around the space station, which we haven't seen before. Have you guys seen these screenshots?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm glad they're on an older playthrough.
That's my first. What was your initial thought when you saw it?
It looks
Outer
cool,
Worlds.
but I hope it was exclusively like a building demo thing, because everyone's like, "Ooh, look at the buildings," and I was looking at any corner that just had the open terrain to see some sort of plant life, and that's pretty barren rock there, bud.
Yeah, didn't
I was
didn't
like,
set me awake.
I don't, you can't. I hope that it was just a building demo
Yeah.
or whatever, because if not, you best rely pretty heavily on that procedural generation there.
Yeah, it's
I
from
don't know how
3 years ago.
interesting
So
craters can be.
it is from
Yeah.
3 years ago, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly. But it didn't do any. It looked pretty generic for a sci-fi RPG, to be honest. It didn't do anything really to get me excited. So I'm hoping the actual trailer, whenever we get that, will do a little more for me. But I did want to give a shout out to Mr. Matty Plays, the host of Defining Duke and Ham Radio, and also a successful YouTuber in his own right. He actually has an amazing roundup video on all these leaks, and I'm pulling a little bit from his video here because he actually dove in a little more to the screenshots. He specifically pointed out that we see Axion Energy, that logo, all over the place. It's on the one with the astronaut standing outside looking up. It's on the inside area, all over the walls, leading to speculation that this could be a faction within the game. We also saw areas where kind of looked like Prey, where you could like leave and exit the space station. And Scalzi didn't confirm spacewalking, as they're calling it, but he did say that there is a gravity meter in the HUD and a ship entrance exits in the game. So is this an important part of the game to you guys? Would you be bummed if we couldn't? I mean, I think we can leave the space station based on one screenshot, but do you want to go out and explore space, like walking around?
Well, it all depends
I
on like their
definitely want to
story.
explore space.
Yeah, like we're definitely gonna have a spaceship. I'm pretty sure we could control it.
Yeah.
I hope so. And then like it looks from the building. Like I like the architecture because it looked semi-realistic, which I sort of like about the Fallout thing. Like Fallout, yes, I get it's not realistic, but if you actually got into the lore of the game, it's all like what they switched out from our timeline was actually pretty reasonable. And you're like, oh, that's the influences, right? I like the way they do their uh, world building and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like, I'd be excited for that. Like maybe you'd like become like little like some space drifter, and you just like go around to different wrecks. And there's like a weird monster on there. That could be cool. Like floating around through the space station, all like Aliens Isolation style.
I know in Prey, when you would go out, there would occasionally be like aliens to attack you, and those things were a pain in the ass in the low gravity to fight.
Right? I hated those space sequences, but given more time, they could probably do better, right? I'm excited to try new things.
I'm on spacewalking. Oh, I cut you off, Garrett. Sorry, I thought you were done.
I hope we get to leave the space. I hope we can explore. If we're just stuck in one space station, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed. Very disappointed. Like Starfield, I want to explore the stars. Yeah. So hopefully we get to do that.
Mm-hmm. I cut you off, Garrett. You had one more point you were trying to make.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, don't make it like a fundamental thing of the game, though. Because, like, I imagine if it is like Prey, people would get pretty tired of it if you had to do it, like,
I hope it's
every
not like
transition.
I hope it's
like,
I hope it's not like
ship to ship. Like, we get options with that. Like, sometimes you could dock, but there will be, like, times when you can go to, like, a space wreckage and drift out and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as it's optional. Sweet.
Yeah.
I hope it's nothing like Prey Master.
Yeah, I like Prey, but there's definitely, I dropped it like halfway through because there's definitely some issues with that game. So I hope it's I want it to be more RPG, not survival horror, and that's what I'm banking on here. But we'll wait and see more. But that's not the last of our Starfield talk. Because there's been a lot of talk going around on Twitter about when this game is actually coming out. So Jeff Grubbs from GamesBeat has long been saying that it was planned for 2021, along with a bunch of other insiders. I know Mr. Matty Plays has said that he heard 2021 as well, as was the plan. But over the weekend, Jeff Grubb tweeted at Blessing Adeoye Jr. from Kind of Funny, saying, "You're right about Starfield's release date. This was a follow-up to their Gamescast conversation where Blessing predicted spring 2022. Jason Schreier also chimed in today saying, quote, Starfield is nowhere near done according to several people familiar with development. It'll be at E3, but the planned release date I've heard is way later than most people expect, and he wants people to set their expectations. He followed up, I've heard a specific date in 2022, but we'll leave it to them to announce." Guys, are you bummed? It seems we're not getting Starfield this year. I think I said that I was pretty confident we were going to get it this year, but everyone's telling me that's not happening. You feeling bummed? You disappointed? You okay with that?
That makes me wonder. That makes me wonder if we'll see it this year at E3.
Well, what's coming for you there, bud?
A giant ass bee. So give me a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get it. Boss
so like
battle.
it makes me wonder that.
All right, but
it makes me wonder if we'll actually see Starfield. Yeah, it makes me wonder if we'll actually see Starfield this E3. So if it's like a holiday 2022 game, we might as well just see it next year. What's the point of showing it this year and get hyped?
Because, like, see, that's a hard one. Because I personally thought that, like, Bethesda
I
had a
think the
narrower
most
window,
we're gonna get
right?
this E3 is a CGI.
A CGI?
Yeah,
I don't know. A
I
little
think
thing on
CGI
lore.
trailer.
I could see that with, like, some link to
Maybe
their
something
website.
like what we
Because,
got
like,
with Perfect Dark. I think that's what I'm expecting.
with which one? Sorry, you glitched out for a
Like,
second.
remember how like we got the Perfect Dark tease? I think
Yeah.
we're gonna get
Yeah.
something similar to that. And then next year we get the whole Todd Howard presentation. He walks through the game, and yeah, the way he does it, which everyone loves. So hopefully we get that next year. But if we do get it this
God, the
year, I'm not gonna
God
complain.
Howard. God, that was so corny when he was that popular. God, such a weird time in gaming.
I know,
Gamer
right?
zealotry. But
Oh my god. What do you think? You think we're gonna see it this year at E3?
I think we're gonna see a bit more of it than a little trailer. Like, I don't know. I was anticipating if they're gonna release it in November, they would have a
Mm-hmm.
video sort of like Fallout 4 when it showed a little bit about the world, a little bit about the factions, a little bit about the court or core mechanics like the town building and settlement. But if they're going to release it later, maybe they could do like a little summer of those sorts of things, right? Because I think they're going to try to
Or,
do a big
sorry, let me
batch
just cut
4
you
or
off there.
5 months before the game comes out. Okay, go ahead.
Game Awards. We might get at Game Awards this year. If it's a spring game, I
Yeah,
think Game Awards. If
could
it's
be, but
holiday,
like,
I think E3 2022. That's my
February is a
prediction.
big date too, and that's still definitely a winter game.
Yeah, so if it's coming out February, I think Game Awards is the perfect time to do like the Todd Howard presentation.
Yeah,
Presentation.
when is the Game Awards usually? I forget that one.
December, like December
Yeah.
10th, or
Okay, yeah, then
something around
it
that.
can work.
Yeah. What else do we have about Starfield? Let's see.
That there's so much. I don't know. I just didn't want to get too much off of his vibe, but he's like boxing a bee right now.
The boss battle. Kevin versus the
Yeah.
bee.
I wonder what his Spotify playlist song for this was.
Oh god.
But
So what do you
like,
think?
how do you get paid in SnowRunner? I was gonna ask about this before because like I'm actually genuinely
I've only
downloading it
played it
right
for an
now.
hour. I've only played it for 1 hour, so I just finished the tutorial. It's more of
Okay,
like
that's
picking a
all you
car.
have is like a.
It's yeah,
You have a car,
like
or do you actually
yeah.
have
So
like a
you pick a
Skidoo?
car. It's like I think there's Ford, and some other stuff you can pick. I'm not a car guy, so you pick a car, and then you have to do the tutorial, and then basically you can just bash around in your snowmobile. That's
Okay,
literally what
cool,
this game
cool.
is. It's a podcast game, as Kevin was saying.
Yeah.
That's as
Nice.
when do you think Starfield's coming out?
Starfield? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
still
who do you
hoping on
no
November.
who no who do you think's right here? Like Mav, he says his insider told him that Starfield started development in 2016, like proper development, full on development, and then Jason Schreier says that Starfield started its development like 2018. So,
All right, guys.
what do you think?
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. How was the fight?
Oh,
Did you win?
it's trapped in my bathroom. So
Oh boy,
yeah, I
wear 'em thin.
can't
Wear 'em
quite
out.
get it at the moment. I'll figure it out after. Just yeah, just yeah. It's a big guy, and I think I kind of pissed him off. I think he knows I wanted to smash him to death. But what we talking about? Starfield or Starfield?
Yeah, we're still
Yeah,
talking about
Starfield.
Starfield. We didn't know what subject you wanted to switch it to next, so we were just slowly pivoting.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
We're off the cuff here. Where are we going? Oh yeah, release dates. You guys already talked about release dates.
We were just
also?
discussing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about release dates.
Okay. Well,
I think spring 2022. like March.
I hope no later than that.
Well, see, that's the thing I'm conflicted about. I was just telling Garrett this. Like, do you think if it's a holiday 2022 game, do you think we'll see it at E3 this year? They might as well just show it next year, you know? So, because Jason Schreier is hinting at being like a holiday 2022 title. So if it's that, why show it this E3? Why not just show it next year?
No, I think showing it this year is still valuable because we haven't seen anything from it. Literally, everyone's hyped for a game we've seen nothing from. So, like, I don't think they need to reveal tons, but at least more than we have now.
CGI trailer, maybe?
No, I think we need gameplay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a mechanics video, like Fallout 4.
I hope.
Saying that before.
I hope we get gameplay, but if it's a holiday 2022 title, I doubt.
Well,
or you know, there's also the Game Awards.
On the other hand,
there's also the Game Awards.
They're like showing what they actually got.
We will find out in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's all the Starfield talk we have, though. Unless I'm forgetting something, I don't think so. So we can move to story number 2, and it's highly anticipated indie title, The Ascent, gets the release date. Curve Digital has finally announced when The Ascent's coming to Xbox, and it's only 2 months away. July 29th, fans will be able to get their hands on this cyberpunk isometric twin-stick action RPG shooter. Adjectives. Previews went out to media this week, giving fans a little showcase of what to expect. And first of all, have you guys? I know Aman. I think this is one of your most anticipated titles. You guys seen any of the coverage? I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've watched Ryan McCaffrey's 2-hour hands-on review, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's basically, as he said, if like they acquired the Blade Runner license and called this game Blade Runner, it will work perfectly. It will fit in perfectly in that universe. I'm really liking the aesthetic. The cyberpunk aesthetic they're going for. I think it does it much better than Cyberpunk 2077 did. The whole cyberpunk theme.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh really? So maybe you're just a cyberpunk fan.
Yeah.
Like just as a word, not as a game. How very bold.
Yeah, probably. Cyberpunk might be the first cyberpunk setting game I have played. I think
Garrett, you checked
it out? I'm really looking forward to The Ascent.
I checked it out a bit, but I actually got more excited for it because people were telling me it was sort of Diablo-like with the gear leveling.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that could be cool. Twin-stick shooter Diablo. All right, I'm down.
Yeah, there's a few things that I thought were interesting was there's no classes. You can distribute skill points however you want, and you're not punished for respecking. The only thing they didn't touch on in any preview I saw was how progression works for your character if you join your friend's game. Like, do you get loot? Do you is everything cross progression? I would like to know that, since seeing that this is a game primarily to play with friends. I think since it's 4-player, I can't see me playing this alone. I'm not even sure I will play it much at all. I will certainly try because it's day 1 on Game Pass, but I'm not sure that this isn't really my type of game. But it's certainly more exciting now than I was even a week, back when it was revealed. So I think the preview is working. It's building hype for this game, and we're only 2 months away. So.
I don't know. It kind of gave me Beyond Good and Evil 2 vibes.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 vibes, huh?
What?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Yeah.
No, like just the aesthetic of the setting, sort of. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
No, because like if you watch the Beyond Good and Evil 2, the CGI trailer, and then if you watch the Ascent CGI trailer, they look a lot similar. The whole setting of it. So yeah, kind of gave me similar vibes. Oh wait, quick segue. Do you guys think we're gonna see Beyond Good and Evil 2 this E3?
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Oh man, I wish we see it.
I think that's all but canceled. Like I don't want that. The CGI trailer, like I still play it because it looks cool, right? They have that one and the other one about like the other ship coming, like a little spaceship coming towards the larger one in like some huge storm. But like, it looks so sweet. But I think
I
that
know,
we're
right?
running into a thing where people are forgetting that they're supposed to put some money into their development, not just the advertising.
Yeah, I can't see it there.
I hope they see it, man.
I think Ubisoft kind of given up on that title. It's Skull and Bones, you know. It's gonna be delayed and never come out until eventually people just forget about it.
Yep.
But we'll move into story number 3, since we had a little interruption here and the podcast is a little prolonged. There are new Game Pass editions. We have Peggle 2 on cloud, PvZ Battle for Neighborville on cloud, Fusion Frenzy on cloud, Joyride Turbo on cloud, Mech Warrior 5 on cloud, Conan Exiles on cloud and console, The Catch on cloud, console, PC, Snow Runner, cloud, console, PC, Maneater, cloud, console, PC, The Wild at Heart on console and PC, Knockout City on console, PC, Slime Rancher on PC, Secret Neighbor on PC, Solasta on PC, and Spellforce 2 on PC. Now, I want to get your guys' feelings on this, but in my opinion, that's a weak-ass month. Not a single game of interest there for me.
Really?
Yep.
I have a couple. Buddy's been trying to get me
Maybe
into
Maneater?
the PvZ shooter, and Mech Warrior.
So to be
Sorry
fair, I own PvZ, but that's been on Game Pass for a while. It's just coming to the cloud version.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, all the PvZ games
But,
are on Game
Maneater
Pass.
looks interesting, like a shark RPG. That's what it was advertised as.
Mm-hmm.
That might be interesting. I don't know. I'm probably gonna check it out then delete it after like 2 hours.
So,
which game were you talking about? Shark game?
Maneater.
Maneater? I actually wrapped that game. It was pretty fun. Did the whole thing.
Really? How are the RPG elements? Because that's what people are saying. Like, imagine a shark
don't
RPG.
start. RPG is a little bit more than a word. Like, there's
More
4
roleplay as a
different
shark.
shark armor sets that you could get that you mix and match, but if you put them on together, it gives like a way fatter, better bonus. So most people just do like one complete set. And other than that, like, you could level up your bite strength and weird things. I don't know. I just think that we're starting to get simple action adventure game elements. We're just relabeling as RPG, and it's tiring to me.
I agree.
It's very drag along the pathy.
Like Horizon is an action adventure game that has RPG elements.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed
that finished it for me.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed action adventure game with RPG elements. Those are not RPGs.
Yeah. Like action adventure game with leveling up. Like Mass Effect, I consider more of an RPG because you take on
Mass
that
Effect
role,
is an RPG,
right?
Yes. Especially the first one. You
like
get a little more action based in 2 and 3, but the first one is straight RPG.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with you. We definitely need to stop labeling everything as an RPG because I'm not role playing as a shark. Like, I'm just not.
And it's narrated by the dad from Rick and Morty, so that's great fun too.
Did not know that. Yeah, nothing really to get excited for there. Nothing for me to get excited for. Maybe I'll try Knockout City if my friends want to, but like, I don't really care.
I don't know. I'm gonna play Mech Warrior for the nostalgia vibes. I remember that game came out when I was younger, and it was like one of like the first 5 shooters I've ever actually played.
Mech Warrior.
Mech Warrior.
Oh, Mech Warrior. Okay.
Yeah, it's just going around in a giant robot, and then you put a cannon on your back, and you chill out in some trees.
Yep.
Because, well, you're a giant Mech Warrior. You're sort of noticeable going across the field. So you stay in like a forest and blow people up. It's great fun.
Absolutely. Well, we'll move into story number 4. And it's just a quick update on the Epic versus Apple drama shared from Steven Totillo. I think he writes for Kotaku, if I remember correctly. More redacted documents courtesy of Nintendo. Nintendo says These portions of an Xbox business development executive's deposition reflect competitively sensitive information about negotiations between Nintendo and Microsoft. The executive was primarily deposed about bringing xCloud to iOS and more broadly discussing the console business. This has led to speculation that the redacted items in this deposition were about xCloud on Switch, which is something we covered a while ago. Do you guys think that this fuels the fire? Do you think we're getting closer and closer?
xCloud is coming to Switch.
No doubt in Amon's mind.
Yep, definitely. Probably end of 2022, we're gonna get xCloud on Switch full support.
Wow, you think it's a little further away? I think it's pretty closer. I think it's closer than that. I think it's who's Nintendo releases the Switch
closer.
Pro. Switch Pro, right? So they can actually.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that could happen.
When they
Oh,
actually.
do you guys think Switch Pro will get revealed this E3?
Yes, I do.
I was thinking more about Game Awards. I thought it would get revealed around that time and released around March.
No, I think they're gonna want it for the holidays. I think Switch.
Yeah, probably.
Switch.
Nintendo's just blowing everyone away.
I mean, in terms
Like
of
in sales wise.
In terms of sales, in terms of.
Yeah, in terms of sales, Nintendo's just.
In terms of giving me games.
Just dominating.
In terms of giving me games to play on their freaking console, not so much. Not for the last 2 years. I think about 2 Switch games in 2 years. Their output.
When was like Metroid announced? Metroid 4. Metroid 4 was announced like 5 years ago. It's still not out.
They just restarted it like 2 years ago or a year and a half or something. I don't know. xCloud on Switch, I think it's coming. I think it'll come with the Switch Pro. I could see an announcement at E3, if not Game Awards. I think it's closer than it is further away. I don't think it's going to be Nintendo on that. I think it's just going to be Microsoft being like, you can play basically any game that's on their cloud portion of the streaming service on Switch. You feel differently, Garrett, or no?
Not really. You said it pretty full. I don't know. It's just now that somebody else said it aloud, it's like, man, that's a lot of gaming.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people. The ramifications of the Netflix of export gaming really came out there.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
it's a lot.
The Switch has sold like 80 million units or something. I think it was like 73 last. So they're well on their way to becoming like, they keep at the pace, they'll no doubt become like the most successful console.
Yeah, this is like its mid-gen point, right?
Yeah, and the way Nintendo handles like handheld like groupings, like all the DS sales are put in one group. So all the Switch sales are put in one group. Like they don't separate Switch Lite and Switch regular. Like so the Switch Pro will get folded into that group, and then that's just gonna increase along. Like they're just boosting well on their way to like Switch becoming the best selling of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
crazy. I think that's definitely a possibility.
And finally, story number 5. What the hell is going on with WB Games? Announced this week, AT&T, the parent company of Warner Media, announces a merger with Discovery. Now, the simplest way for me to explain this is some game studios from WB are going to this new company formed with Discovery, while some are staying under AT&T, but we have no idea which ones are going where. Is that about it? You guys have a different understanding of the situation?
Yes, I have a different understanding. I think they're gonna split up. All right. I think they're gonna sell off majority of their studios, and WB is gonna become like an IP distributor, like Lucasfilm Games. So they're gonna distribute IP like Batman, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, out to companies like how Lucasfilm Games is doing. So I think that's what Discovery is gonna do. And then I think most of the big studios like Rocksteady, Monolith, Avalanche, they're gonna remain there, but like the support studios are probably gonna get sold off.
Interesting. That's just a wild guess, right? I haven't seen anything to say which is going to Discovery and which isn't. Yeah,
no, they still haven't announced it. I think we'll get like a better idea of it sometime later this year.
What a strange acquisition, though. Like the Discovery Channel. Why are
Yeah.
they getting into games? You know.
Yeah, they
I don't
also
know.
like
Since when
HBO
has
Max
history
now, so
been accurate? Like the
weird.
History Channel. God, that's bad. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just sad that my hopes of a Nemesis system being in a Bethesda game is diminished
Oh,
now.
that's never gonna
I don't know.
happen.
I
They
talked about
trademarked
that
it.
too much.
Remember?
Right? But that's what I was still hoping
Man,
for. That if
Microsoft should just go
WB
acquire this new
was,
Discovery thing, whatever it is.
Get out of here.
Microsoft should just go acquire
Let the
that.
man
it's
speak.
No,
not
come
gonna
on.
happen.
Let the
It
man
Yeah.
makes so
speak.
much sense.
No, it doesn't.
It makes so much sense. Yes, it
It's not
does.
gonna happen anymore, man. Just have a beer, do
Let
whatever
it
you gotta do. It's
go.
done.
We need that
Let it
Batman IP.
go. I was
We need the Nemesis system.
Yeah, that's all really that justified like a quarter of that purchasing cost to me. Was just for the fact that like the next
I
Skyrim
I
game,
only care
like a
about three
bandit
things.
ran away and then came back with like a counter to whatever build you were doing. Like stealth archers be afraid that they have like a tracker for you now.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so sweet. It would be awesome. Amazing. Game changing for the entire
Man,
Western RPG department that Xbox just so happens to own. But no, bury that hatchet. It ain't gonna happen. Gaming could have been beautiful. No, I'm just kidding.
Amon thinks Microsoft is buying everyone, so by 2030,
no, I
Microsoft
think
could have 64
I think like
studios.
the ones the ones that do stay behind at AT&T, they will be AT&T will probably be looking to sell them off because they're in like 120 billion dollars of debt. So I'm not sure Microsoft might buy them, but they're probably going to be interested. Like if it's someone like Monolith or Avalanche or Rocksteady or NetherRealm, Microsoft will probably be interested in getting one of them at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Whoever can make me a Killer Instinct game, sign them up.
Why?
Oh no, out of
Why
all
Killer
WB
Instinct?
games, Mad Max. Mad Max. Those storms were sweet.
Because they,
Oh no, Batman, on top of all.
You keep your emo
If
rich boy.
Xbox got the Batman IP, that would have been beautiful.
it's something. I'm hoping this doesn't impact Gotham Knights, development because I still want that
Ooh,
to come out
yeah, I didn't
next
even
year.
Alright.
think about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, like there's
Also, Hogwarts Legacy.
I don't care about that. It's Harry Potter's stupid, but let's
What? What?
Harry Potter sucks.
Okay, what's your favorite franchise of all time?
That's such a you have to narrow it down more than that. Like that's way too broad of a question.
A WB Games franchise.
WB Games franchise.
Come on.
I mean, I don't play many of them, to be honest with you. I don't. Gotham Knights is the first Batman game I actually care about.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You didn't like the Arkham games?
Nah, not for me.
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
Don't care about Harry Potter. Don't care about Lord of the Rings. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings movies, but I don't care about their games. Like I just don't care about movie games, like or book. Like I don't care. I'd rather see a new IP. I mean, like I don't know. Mortal Kombat's under right? They're on this thing, Mortal Kombat's better than any of those. Like I'd rather have a Mortal Kombat game.
Fair. Valid choice.
Hot take.
I mean, Injustice is awesome. Injustice is a great story.
Yeah, Injustice is cool.
I know they're adopting
Injustice
it. Like that's cool stuff. Like I don't know. I'm much more along those lines. I really can't.
NetherRealm are rumored to be working on a Marvel game and
fighting
supposed to be
game.
Avengers.
It's a Marvel
Yeah,
fighting
it's
game.
Avengers versus X-Men from what I've heard. Avengers versus X-Men is what I've heard it's going to be.
I don't care what it is.
But why
sold.
that? They could just do another Marvel versus Capcom, right?
Well, I mean,
And just get them all in
They
there.
need Capcom, but I'd like to see them do something like they did with Injustice for Marvel. Like you have my money day one then.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's.
That was such an original story to come up with. Good thing.
I mean, they definitely took inspiration from some comics. Like, there's definitely
Yeah, like
plenty
The
of-
Boys, Jupiter Legacy.
There's definitely
Yeah.
comics where Superman is evil, but I do agree. It was a good story. We will end the news roundup there. We got a few rumors this week. Rumor number one comes from King Ragnar and says Arcane Studios, the studio behind Dishonored, Prey, and Deathloop, are creating an open-world vampire game codenamed Omen. Little is known about the project, but guys, if this is real, are you interested? Aman, do you want to go first?
Take my money. Take my money. Yeah, I love, I love dark fantasy, magic sort of stuff, and vampires definitely fit in that category. I hope it's not like Dishonored, but yeah, if this vampire game open world, take my money.
Don't you think vampires are sort of like zombies in that respect? That it's a little overdone.
Vampires are not overdone.
For vampire, how many games have vampires in them?
Yeah, there's only vampire.
Vampire, and then there was another
That's
few
it.
of them. Masquerade, Bloodlines.
Yeah, Masquerade Bloodlines came out in 2004.
Sorry, I guess maybe you guys are right. I just finished the vampire campaign in Skyrim not too long ago, and that just takes forever. Like, especially with the DLC, that was...
I like vampires. Vampires are cool.
Yeah.
Blade.
They're like civilized zombies.
Underworld, great movies. Underworld, great. So yeah, I'm all for vampires. I don't want an open world game because I tend not to like those. There's very few open world games I actually like, but I'm all for vampire game. Like Arcane, definitely. Prey scared the shit out of me, so I'm all for it. They could definitely scare me with some vampires.
All right, fair enough. I don't know if they did like an open world 30 Days of Night survival horror game. That would be cool.
God, yeah.
That would be awesome. Actually, now that you think of that, that was my favorite vampire movie because it was the most realistic.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd be pretty scared.
I hope this game is not stealth based.
Oh, I hope it. I don't know. I kind of hope it is stealth based.
No, because like Dishonored stealth was good, but it got boring after a while.
Well, this is
very repetitive.
This is open world though. Like imagine. I don't know. I'm just thinking like imagine you're going through the world. You have to like sneak. And this is gonna sound creepy, but you have to sneak into like a villager's home and like drain his blood or something. Like, you know, that's what vampires do, right? They show up in your house, suck your blood. Like,
I think this was the fantasy.
But then again, it could also go Van Helsing. Sorry, but it could also go Van Helsing, where you just like go in and swoop, and you lord over a town. Then they slowly rise up and send hunters after you. Vampires are they're not zombies where it's like, okay, we got the walkers and the runners.
Yeah.
It's very artistically done. Just, I'm going to be pissed if they sparkle.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're not going to sparkle.
I was saying something. Yeah, I think, isn't this... I think this was the fantasy IP Arcane we're working on. Remember, I think we covered it 10 weeks ago?
Yeah.
On the podcast. I think this was it.
About. Yeah.
And that was supposed to be open world as well, so I think this is what that was referring
to me.
But on another note, have you guys watched Castlevania on Netflix?
No.
Watch it.
No.
Definitely watch it. It is great.
Girlfriend and her brother watched it. They said that it gets more on track from season 3, but it was a weird ending. That was the
watch it. It's a good show.
Review I got.
I'll think about it. I'm not making any commitments to Castlevania, but okay, Arcane. Whenever you want to show us the open world vampire game, I'm all for it. Rumor number 2 is Microsoft might be working on modding platform for Xbox. This actually ties back to our first story because a part of the Starfield leak included a statement regarding Bethesda's new next-gen creation engine, and the line says, "Next-gen creation engine will be better than ever for modding and also push Microsoft's platform-wide modding system for consoles, which is coming at a later date." We already know that Bethesda allows modding in their games on Xbox. Would you like to see mods widespread throughout other games?
I would
That was
love it, to be honest. Like, I think that's the thing that pulled me back into Skyrim and Fallout for sure. I still play those when I see a good mod review come out on YouTube.
Yeah.
So the longevity to games is just insane once you add mods to them.
That's fair. Aman, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, modding is not for me because modding is not for me because like you can't get achievements when you like mod a game. So it's not for me. But I know there's a large community like just focused on modding, and there were some issues when Bethesda allowed modding on the Xbox platform. Like they couldn't do a lot of stuff because of like copyright issues and stuff. So I wonder if that's gonna be a thing again.
I don't know. I've never been one for mods. I don't think I've ever modded a game. I like to play it the way that the developers made it. I understand that some people like to. Oh, that's not true. I actually modded Morrowind back in the day and leapt through towns. Like just you put the. Oh my god! I was leaping through the air, flying like Superman. Yeah. So I actually have played a modded game. But it just kind of like
I've never modded a game.
kind of takes you out of the experience. There are certain mods I can understand, like if you just want to increase the resolution, like that Fallout mod that makes it 4K 60, where FPS boost lowers the resolution. Like those, I think have a place. Those are great. Things that inherently change the gameplay experience, I'm not really interested in playing. And then the fact that they do, take away the ability to get achievements. I do like getting some achievements now and again for games that I really enjoy. So I don't really care about the modding. I definitely think it would be beneficial for a lot of people in the community. I think a lot of people are asking for this, especially since Xbox is on PC and console now. It is an ecosystem, and you have mods on PC, obviously. So it does make sense that they're trying to get some parity, and it might drive sales. People see like instead of investing in upgrading their PC, well, they could get the mods and the games they want over on Xbox. So maybe they'll go over there. Anything else to add to our modding discussion, guys?
No, I'll put a little argument in for you though, that I think it's way more immersive. Like,
Okay.
let's just take the broad one of Skyrim because it's something that everybody knows. There are ones where you could take the dragon and make him a Thomas the Train Engine thing with his like intro music coming down instead of like the dragon swoop. All right, like there is that, but there is
Uh,
also like the playthrough that I'm doing right now where it just adds more species to everything and adds more weapons, and then it gives a religious overhaul system to change your playthrough of the game, right? Like, I pray to the dragon, actually. So every time I kill a dragon, I appease him. It's a weird religious system, but
so like
it's so much more immersive, right? Like, and you could play your evil playthrough by praying to the Daedra instead, right? And it just adds so much. And then another one that does is I noticed the magic in Skyrim was a little bit lacking. It was pretty mundane. It's like you get your 6 fire spells, your 6 lightning spells, you get to summon some things. But in with the modding community, it adds another 500 spells. Now I could just be like some archmage that summons a meteor to decapitate a dragon from the friggin' moon. It's awesome. Right? So I think it's you get what you want sort of thing with it. If you want a funny sort of thing, it can break the game and whatnot, but if you're looking for more immersion, definitely.
Okay.
There are mods that completely change the movement system, even so that your stealth assassin builds could actually do like that cool little like jumping on the posts. It doesn't look like Mirror's Edge, but it looks like a step in that direction. if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I guess I'm not up to date with
You're muted.
the mod. Oh, yeah, no, I was saying that does make sense. I guess I wasn't really thinking about it from that perspective. I mean, I would love to see like if they incorporate the way Bethesda's done, like have a place for creators to go. You're not downloading from sketchy things. And I think some creators get royalties on Bethesda. Is that true? You can buy some of the mods.
Well, yeah, so how it works is like they got like the modding community mods, and then there's like I think it gets way more flack than it does. Like Xbox is or Bethesda is just trying to like celebrate some of their modders by giving like a paid mod,
Yeah.
where in like their creation club. But people really don't like paying for things, so there's a lot of hate on that. But I don't know, I just go to the modding community one anyways, just because they they're awesome. Changes the game completely.
Didn't Fallout New Vegas get like a big mod, like the Frontier or something, which like
I'm not
added
sure
added
about
like a
the older
whole new.
ones,
I think I know what you're
but I
talking
know
about. Yeah.
that Fallout
Yeah,
4
it
is
just
like
came out
they're
like very
adding it
recently,
on.
a few months ago. It just apparently
Okay.
added like a whole new game to it. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, there are mods that are basically like expansions for games. They
Yeah.
Yep.
change the whole way it goes. I guess I would just as long as creators can get some sort of credit or monetary thing for their work. I think that's probably the most important. Like,
Ooh, have you guys played a Fortnite creative when it was a thing? So they used to highlight like the person who created a custom map each week, so they could do that. That would be quite interesting.
no, I don't play Fortnite. I'm over the age of 8.
Boo.
Boo! Fortnite sucks. Boo!
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the commercials that you see on YouTube, theirs are always so interesting.
Oh yeah,
I
they have
still
great
see it every
CGI
now and then,
trailers. I won't even.
and
They know how to make a trailer.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Like how the world progresses, and like supposedly I'm just by the trailers you could call me an idiot down below, but like they had raptors that you could tame now, and like weird things happening in the world. Like that sounds so cool. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna
Wait, they have
say like,
raptors
oh,
now?
it's hot trash. Yeah, there's like
So like you can
raptors, and
ride
like
raptors
supposedly you
around
could
the
go
map.
around. Yeah, and like you
Oh,
know how
okay.
you would like break apart a trash can for bullets
Mhm.
or whatever? You would break it apart, and there's like meat and different bones and things in there now that you can make like a little combination of like a souffle or whatever, and you could craft it and give it to like some wolves that'll then be passive towards you and like follow you around and help you for the rest of the game. Like that
Wow.
sounds cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, like it's tempting. You definitely got my intrigue, but those builders, they're still there. I'm still gonna get stared. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
play it.
Builder Pro. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if the modding system comes to Xbox. But that is all we have for this week. So I think we're gonna end it there. I'm roasting to death. It is like 90 degrees here. So I'm gonna go try to cool off and kill this bee that is trapped in my bathroom. So. Everyone, I hope you like the show. A little shorter than we've been doing, a little more relaxed. Just chatting, talking. Sorry it's not live, but we will be back next week. Make sure to come around 4:45, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Around those, we'll be live on our YouTube channel. We'll sort out all our technical issues. So. Once again, like, share, subscribe if you like the video. Check out our other podcasts if you want more from us. I know everyone needs something to do now that pandemic's ending. You're gonna be driving back to work soon. You need something to listen to. So why not throw us on? We'll spend the afternoon with you. So thank you, Garrett. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Xbox at Wayworn
Aman. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Aman_M05 on Twitter. And yeah, that's about it.
You can find me at the Muffin Mon. That's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A. We will see you next week. Thank you once again. Goodbye.
Peace out.